Which one's more important? Oh, you got to pick one. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Our next conversation keynote, I'm going to invite our silver sponsor to the stage. She's going to really take you on a journey about advancing your wealth with the secret science of health and how they can work together in a beautiful way. So she brings a fresh perspective on how well-being isn't just personal, it's critical, and it's a component of your professional success. So this session is your guide to achieving your balance and thriving in every aspect of your life, because wouldn't you agree, this is the golden nugget. If you could be healthy and you could be wealthy and you can dance through life with a smile on your face, what an amazing life we have. So put your hands together. Please welcome to stage Ann Sommer, PA, CEO of Ann Sommer Coaching. She's going to uncover this powerful connection. Good morning. Everyone meet Ann. She's been in that great table right outside the front door. You got a chance to meet everybody, right?
I think so, yes. All right, there's so many people here. How about the people in the back come to the front? I'm going to break some of the rules today. Is that okay? Who's up for breaking some rules? I'm Ann Sommer. I want to ask you guys a question. Who here wants to wake up in the morning, jump out of bed, have endless energy, have no pain, know there's money in the bank, and know that you can live fearless and happy? Somebody say, raise your hand. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. Is it okay with you if I tell you a little bit about myself? Is that all right? Say that's okay, Ann. All right, thank you. Thank you. My name is Ann Sommer. I'm a physician assistant. I've been practicing and studying medicine for 26 years. I'm going to break some more rules. And what happened with me is a story of how I really figured out how to live fearless, how to live bulletproof. Who here feels like they're living fearless or bulletproof? Nice. Thank you. You don't get to live fearless or bulletproof unless you have your own story. Every single person here has a story, right? You've gone through something that got you here. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. But first, if you could wake up tomorrow and money was no object, what would you do for your job? Woo! Anybody else want to share? We're breaking rules today. Who else would be doing what they're doing right now? Excellent. Excellent. So we have about a 50-50. Well, so you're living your dream. Living your dream. I was living my dream. I was meant to be a medical provider. I was meant to be a physician assistant. I thought about going to medical school. And I even said to my dad, do you think I could go to medical school? And he said, you can do anything you want. What you need to know about my dad is he looked like Clint Eastwood and he was a farmer. So he was like a yes or no guy. And I know if I needed a yes or no answer, I could go to my dad. But there was some drive in me that I thought, I'm not meant to go to medical school. I'm meant to go to PA school. Anybody here ever have that kind of feeling where your gut told you what to do? Yeah. Anybody here ever not listen to your gut? Yeah, those were lessons, right? Right? That's the lesson of life. What is that? That's intuition. Your gut-brain axis. Why is it so strong? Is it nature or is it nurture? What? It's both. I would agree. I think we're born with our brain and gut access, right? We have a vagus nerve that talks to each other. We've proven it. But you can ignore it. Ooh, God, those lessons hurt, don't they? Oh, I think we have three voices. Who thinks we have three voices that give us messages? Where do they come from? Tell me where they come from. Intuition. What? Brain. Oh, you guys are good. Universe? Yes, yes, okay. Thank you for participating and breaking rules with me, because it's so much more fun, isn't it? Yeah, they're called boundaries and non-negotiables. So, I think we have a brain, we have a shoulder, we have a gut voice. Now, the brain we need, right? Because we learned from the university. Somebody said university, somebody said nature, nurture. Well, we have to understand that there's good and there's bad, and there's pros and there's cons, and there's negotiations, right? Good, bad. Now, we're taught how to use the brain voice, and we're taught how to ignore the shoulder, or the creeper, I call it. Who here has ever been in a situation and you got that feeling? Ugh. You know what I'm talking about, right? Anybody not know what I'm talking about? That's nature. That's what I call kind fear. Good fear. Because when that happens, what do? And when you didn't run, what happened? Ouch. God, that lesson hurts, right? Now, it's an alert. It's an innate, built in your system alert. That's not nurture. That's like nature. Now, however you want to see that and define that, I can define that as the law of the universe, the law of nature, whatever it is. But it's there. Everyone has it. Because nobody raised their hand when I said, who doesn't know what I'm talking about, right? It's ingrained. But it's a hard lesson because when we ignore it, we learn a painful lesson. Have you ever ignored it after the first time you ignored it? No. Why? It hurt. You learned a lesson. So this is creeper. No, that one you ignore once, maybe twice. Third time, we always say third time is a charm or you're out. The gut, what's the gut? The gut is that feeling, right? Who here has ever made a decision and you got that feeling, you're like, I know I should do that, but then this takes over because we're trained to deal with this voice. Don't listen to your gut. Who's heard that? Yeah. Why is that? Yeah, I think so. Yes. Everyone's. Eat it. God is related to health, right? God is related to health, and we're going to get into that because we're talking about the gut and the wealth and the health, right? So, when you get that feeling, and you know you should make a decision to follow it, but we're trained by society. Society says, don't do that. You're not good enough to do that decision. Mom and dad said, get a job. Your partner probably says, we need the money, you can't leave that job. The benefits are way too good. I really have a desire to do this, but I worked so hard to be on this path. I can't leave this path. And your gut's like, but I need you to go this way. Well, we're driven. And what happens when we make our decision with our head and override our gut? What happens when we try to stay on this path? It gets hard. Challenges. Suffer. Why? You're not following your intuition, your natural born, follow me, follow the gut. How many times have you ever said to yourself, I knew that would happen? Or you're like, oh, God, I'm glad nobody saw that because next time I'm going to listen to my gut. Those are lessons. We're so used to overriding them with our brain, right? So that's your gut. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because if you can't get these three voices down, you're never going to figure out how to trust yourself. If you can't figure out how to trust yourself, you're never going to figure out how to trust somebody else. If you don't know how to trust somebody else because you don't know how to trust yourself, because you don't listen to the voices, it's hard to live fearless and bulletproof. So when we're talking about advancing your wealth with your health, I'm going to spin it a little different for you. I have been practicing medicine and operating for 26 years. I can go into the operating room and within the first incision, I can tell you who has good, cellular, healthy, what we call protoplasm, and who doesn't. Why is that important? It's important because I know how difficult this operation is going to be. Do I need to be really gentle with these tissues, or are they going to tolerate the instrumentation we have? Are they going to tolerate where we need to go? How much bleeding are we going to have? All of this stuff. Why is that important? What is the health of that individual? And what part of wealth does it come to? There is a missing link of interchangeable connection of wealth and health. All right? I became a scrub, you guys. I was living in my scrubs. People would send me texts like, hey, Ann, how you doing? Can you come join us? No. I would send them I'm good. I was working in my scrubs. I put on a clean pair. I'd go home in my scrubs. I'd see my kids, my family, my friends in my scrubs. I would sleep in my scrubs because I worked 10-hour days, pull call 24 hours, probably 2 days a week, and work weekends, which meant Monday, Friday, all the way through the weekend to next Friday. I just became a struggling scrub. What happens when there isn't a balance of work and life? Well, one, you live in scrubs. I probably went through 5 pair a day. And then when I would go to bed, because I was on call, I'd get up in the middle of the night, go operate, put on a clean pair, come home, go back to bed, and get up and work. This is not a healthy way. I didn't realize that hard work wasn't attracted to wealth. Money wasn't attracted to hard work, and I was working so hard for my wealth, I was sacrificing my health. Who here has ever felt that way? It's called burnout. Let me tell you about burnout. Let's get rid of the scrub. I'm going to make this a short story, but you know where I was. Everything was out of balance. Life was out of balance, work was out of balance, my health was out of balance. I was making good money. That was great, but I was working so much I couldn't even enjoy it. So, I go in early one day. Who here has ever gone and worked early before the workday started? I know, everybody should raise their hand. Those are my overachievers. I'm so proud of you. Right? Isn't that it? Because we're like, yes, that's how we're driven. Like, get in there and figure that out. I'm going to go in early. So I march in. I'm like, I'm going to figure this out. I have a pile of patient labs, pile of patient phone calls, red Post-it notes. And call this, call that, call that. I don't have a medical assistant anymore because it got cut. I'm the medical assistant. They got a new electronic medical record. I don't know how to get in this part of it where all the labs are. Oh, and by the way, they decided that me as the provider should put in all of the lab orders, all of the x-ray orders, and the follow-up appointments. Okay. So I go in. Pass this file, this file, this file. Get to the computer. It was like, I don't know how to get in there. 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 And it's like it turned to stone. Liquid from my face. I was like, I don't know how to get in there. It broke. My brain broke. It literally broke. And I called the one person. I was like, hey, Dr. Tom, I broke. And he goes, we broke you 6 months ago. We need to get you out of here because I can't lose you. But I knew we broke you 6 months ago, so let's get you out. So I took 4 weeks off. By week 3, somebody says to me, Ann, I think you got your smile back. Guess what I said? Who can guess what I said? I didn't know I lost it. Anybody ever feel that numb to their life? You didn't even know you lost your smile? The day I was scared for myself was the day I was racing somebody. Because you all are just as competitive as I am. And if you were given a bouncy house with an adult to take a race, you would do it. We're running through the bouncy house. And just so I could win, I went like I died. And my buddy went feet first. I was like, I got this. And I had scratches on my elbows. And I laid on the ground, laughing. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have a scratch. God, that feels so good to feel again. And I did this. Oh my gosh. This is bad. Has anybody ever felt that broken or numb? Good. That's good. So, I'm supposed to go back to work. My dad goes on hospice. I say I'm not going back to work. My dad passes away in 3 weeks. It was such a blessing. I was there with him the whole time. Excuse me. We have his funeral. I take the 12 weeks off. I'm supposed to go back to work the day. Now, okay, great. Fall right back into my habit. Who here has ever broke a habit, changed their direction, said, I got fit. I stopped smoking, stopped drinking. And then you kind of relax. Then you just kind of go right back into your old habit. 1 more drink, 2 more cigarettes, 3 more cookies. Well, this morning, I'm dressed. I'm not wearing scrubs, because I've been out for 12 weeks. And I'm like, my skin kind of itches, but if I scratch it, it hurts. My brain is spinning, but it's not really making any words. My gut's telling me something, but I can't really figure out what's happening. And I do better. I clear my head when I move my body. So in my clothes, I got on my bike in the morning because it was a beautiful summer day. And I'm pedaling. I feel the crisp air. I feel my head clear. And I'm thinking this. I don't want to go back. Why do I have to go back? Do I have to go back? Why do I have to go back? I don't want to go back. Why would I go back? I don't want to go back. Why do I have to go back? What am I going back to? Because here is the reality. If I go back, I go backwards. And I'm pinned up against the wall that I just escaped. Anybody ever felt that way? In anything, in a relationship, in a family, in whatever it is, right? In our own head. The problem is we all have an enemy in our brain, in our thoughts. And that enemy is also called fear. And I love to tell my clients and you what fear really stands for. It's spelled F-E-A-R, future, experiences, appearing real. That's all fear is. Future experiences appearing real. That's all your negative words are. They're lies. That's what I do right now. So when I was on my bike and I'm like, I don't want to go back, I don't want to go back, then something happened. I saw a flash of light. My eyes went blue and red and yellow. My body stopped moving. And all of a sudden the light got brighter. And all of a sudden, in that moment, it was like I was hit by lightning. And I heard and saw one word, decide. You decide. Decide. It was like I was hit with lightning. And it was like, decide. You get to decide. Nobody's coming to save you, Anne. Nobody's coming to save you. But you get to make the decision. You can either go back or you can decide. But whatever the decision is, it's yours. All of a sudden, I'm biking, and I'm like flying down the sidewalk, right? Wind's in my hair. And now I'm clear. And I have one more clear, precise thought. I'm not going back. I don't want to go back. I don't have to go back. I'm not going back. I go home and I call HR and I said, I'm not going back. She said, okay, Ann, that's what we got to do. Call my manager and I said, here's the thing. You have presented me with an opportunity that isn't going to happen. I gave you everything. But my morals and ethics and values don't align with your company anymore, so I am resigning. She had some words. And that was the last time I walked not in that building. And that was the day I started to develop self-evolution solution. It's my methodology. I figured out how to erase everybody's inner critic. If you want to do the practice, I'll give it to you guys today. Because I can erase all of those negative words. I can show you who you really, really are without any question. And it's not me saying, like, I think you should be this person. Or you saying to me, like, I really would like to be like this person. It is me, like, dissecting it within 2 hours using human behavior, medicine, intuition, and my own experience. And my clients have skyrocketed. Within 6 to 8 weeks, I can work them through whatever it is. We deal with the trauma and the drama of the past. And I say it's like an accordion. We close it up. We don't live there anymore. We healed that. We deal with the blame and the shame. We deal with the communication or whatever needs to be dealt with. And they are launching just like I did. Who here feels like that's what they're doing right now with their life today? Yes. Who here would love to wake up and have that feeling tomorrow? Yes. And it's okay. Every answer is okay. Every answer is okay. So in the past year, I left medicine June officially of 2023. I wrote a book with Jack Canfield. Anybody know who Jack Canfield is? Yeah, one of the biggest motivational speakers out there. It's a bestseller. Lisa Nichols, who's also a motivational speaker. Our girl Lisa. I was on her show. She called me a diamond of deliciousness. I know, I was like, I think that's great. She's like, you got a message, you need to share it. Been on the women's influence of who's who. And I'm not telling this to impress you. I'm telling this to impress upon you of where I was and where I am now and how did it get there. And it's so possible. How many people have ever heard, stop looking for the grass? Grass isn't greener. I knew I should have left that job long before I did. Every time I would start to listen to my gut, I would retract back. And I was really looking for somebody to give me the permission. I would talk to my friends in the hospital, talk to my family. I wanted somebody to just be like, do it. Yeah, do it, Ann. You're good. You got this. But nobody gave me permission. Why? It's not their decision. It's not their decision. Your gut is there to lead you. So if there's something you're being pulled to, I just want you to ask yourself one question. Which direction is it? Let's say, for example, a lot of people want to do a different career. And I say this, take a toe and put it on the block that direction, but keep going this way. You just got to learn how to trust yourself. And then you're going to see it was really easy. Then you put your foot down. Then you put your other foot. But we're still going this direction because we worked really hard. We're going to go this direction. We're not going to listen to our gut. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. And pretty soon, your whole paradigm is going to go this direction. And life gets so easy. It's called a quantum leap. I can tell you the physics. I can tell you all of it. Now, let's talk a little bit about health. How does this come into health? It comes into health because there is something in our environment, in our diet, in our stress, that our systems are off. You come into me, you have a complaint, I give you a prescription, and I send you away, and I say, come back. But now that I've been out and dealing with my own health and really looking at things, I'm like, you know what? Things aren't working. There's something that's stopping our system from working because over 50% of the world's population is obese. What does society tell us about obesity? Lose weight. What did they develop? A shot called GLP-1, Ozempic, those type of things. They didn't have any long-term studies in 2022 when they developed them, but they do now. We have 2 years of long-term. What's happening? The problem with the shots is that we're not dosing them properly. We're just giving them to people. We're only saying if you have medullary thyroid cancer or something called endocrine system issue, don't take it. No, that's not right. If you have pancreatitis, you shouldn't be taking it. If you have muscle wasting disease, you shouldn't be taking it. So we're, again, coming in, giving a prescription. So people are losing muscle mass. Once you lose muscle mass, you don't get it back. There are new products that are coming out on the market, but they're not through pharmacies. That you're not losing muscle mass. There isn't a cancer risk. So the goal is, I can help you if you need to with mindset, but what if, and the what if is yes, you'd be tested for food sensitivities. So instead of just doing a diet where you get rid of carbohydrates or keto, somebody could tell you, like myself or somebody else that does this kind of practice, what not to eat. How much easier would that be? I signed up for that. When that happens, when I give you foods and you keep eating them and they're punching the inside of your gut, what's happening? The cells are getting injured. And when cells get injured, what happens? They don't work properly. They don't absorb the nutrients. But you get a nutrient deficiency. When you get a nutrient deficiency, what happens? You don't make hormones. What's a hormone? It's an enzyme. It is everything that makes your body work. So once you do a proper detox, once you go through your body and you detox your brain and your muscles and your body and your gut, you get a super cell. Because all your bodies regenerate. Your body's always regenerating. Yeah, every day. You turn it over. And so if you can make a super cell and rebuild your system in 3 to 6 months, now you got longevity, you got vitality, you got energy. That is worth the wealth of your health. And that's the missing link, my friends. I'm out of time. You guys have been such a blessing. Thank you so much. My name is Ann Sommer. If you have any questions, I can take them outside. Please stop by my booth. I would love to meet every single one of you that I haven't met yet. I don't know if we have time for questions,
I'm
probably
gonna
not.
give you one.
Okay.
I have a feeling there's somebody in the audience that would like to share. Give her a round of applause to start Ann Summers, our bronze sponsor. Love the story. Love the personal journey you were on. And thank you for sharing.
I used to work for an oncology practice, and I had to leave because I find that our sick care model is not good. Why is it when it comes to medical schools, PA schools, we're so focused on big pharma and not nutrition and healing the body? I grew up, I talked about yesterday with my mom, and she people would come to our house because she would heal through the book Back to Eden. So whether it was herbs or food or fruit, but that's not our American model. Why is that?
It's not that medical school or PA school or NP school is being trained with an insurance fee. We learn medicine, we learn the body, we learn how things work and how they don't work. We learn how to fix them, we learn how to take care of you, and then we go into practice. And we're there to take care of you, but we have people running a business that don't understand the business, in my opinion. You have people in our C-suite running a business to make money or to make a profit, but they've never put my shoes on. They ask my opinion, they don't listen. So medicine isn't run even by hospitals or providers or all the staff that make a hospital run. It's run by insurance companies and it's run by pharmacies, and they make the rules of what we can and can't do. And you guys deal with it every day, because if you need something and it doesn't get approved, who has to call their insurance company? You guys.
Thank you so much, Ann. Awesome. I'm going to invite you to have a one-to-one with her outside. Her desk is right.